today is Eileen Lighthawk, a creative catalyst for positive change. She likes to help people unwrap their presence through books, audios, private sessions, classes, and meditations. Eileen encourages loving groups and individuals to empower their lives and create their dreams. Her messages are always rich with practical wisdom and served up with a healthy dose of humor. Since this month our theme is faith, Eileen says, keep the faith, have a little faith, don't stop believing. Our language, culture, pop music, and religions are rich with admonitions to have faith. But what does that even mean? When we need it most, faith can seem more elusive, wimpy, and intangible than ever. A thinking person naturally questions any advice that suggests ignoring facts and choosing to bet on something unseen and amorphous. Today, our messenger, Eileen Lighthawk, will examine faith from several angles to identify what faith is and what it isn't. The purpose of her message is to help us each come to a more tangible, functional, personal, and reliable belief system that actually works for us in day-to-day living. As Eileen points out, if it isn't personal, it doesn't work. So bring an open heart, an open mind, and welcome Eileen Lighthawk. And also, paper and pen, or however you want to take notes. Something I need, I'm going to make you write. Linda, you got your notes. I got it. And you get more. I love how the synchronicities work. I've never heard that song, Just Do It. I actually ordered 50 little circles that say, just do it all around. It's around to it. So I actually have those. And that's where we're at today. Linda's intro pretty much said it all. So let's just dive right in. Shall we?
Well, yeah, I don't know if I had, no, I got it. Okay.
Okay, settle down, kids. We got a lot of territory to cover in a short amount of time. The dictionary defines faith as confidence or trust in a person or thing, belief that is not based on proof. Belief in anything as a code of ethics, a standard of merit, or system of religion. The obligation of loyalty or fidelity to a person or promise. In the New Testament, the Greek root word for faith is pistis, which implies constancy of belief or assurance. It's not a fleeting thing. Then there's the word eis, Greek word, which implies movement or action. And then there's the word elpis, and that means to anticipate, usually with pleasure, expectation, and confidence. So when you sit on a chair, I didn't notice anybody double checking and making sure it wasn't going to fall. You expect a chair to hold you. Confidence. So I've given you the English definitions and the Greek definitions. So now let's move on to the spiritual teachings themselves. In the New Testament, we're given a definition of faith. Now, faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Faith is a substance. Faith is the stuff that turns our thoughts into things. Faith is the evidence of things not yet seen. We can find wisdom, encouragement, information
and inspiration from many different wisdom teachings. But the stuff that turns your prayers into your reality doesn't come from anybody else. It doesn't belong to anyone else. It's your faith. The substance that makes your dreams come true is your faith. The evidence that makes what is not yet seen become visible in your life is the evidence that you personally look for. Now, if you've ever been in an argument with a stubborn person, or if you've ever been a stubborn person, then you know that evidence can be very subjective. In short, what we look for, we see. So faith is the blueprint, the armature, the foundation, the vision. Faith is the energy. Faith is the force that turns our unseen thoughts into tangible things. And faith is the evidence that that process is happening before we can see it. Tricky stuff, faith. We don't see it until we believe it. And we have to individually, personally choose what we want to see before we see it. Grumpy person, happy person, go out for a walk. Grumpy person says, oh my God, people are such horrible drivers. Happy person says, I found that people are really polite around here. Stop at a corner. A car drives by. Grumpy person says, see, they didn't even stop. Happy person didn't notice because she's waving at the other person that's going, go ahead. We see what we look for. But there's more. All this, and then we get the verse from the Bible, for as the body without a spirit is dead, so faith without action is dead. That's pretty intense. You leave your body right now, your spirit leaves your body. What happens to your body? Flops on the floor. And if nobody does anything in a few days, it starts to smell really bad. We need our spirit to animate our body. We need to take action towards what we say we believe in. In other words, we get to act towards, to move toward what we wish to see. Want peace in the world? Be peaceful. You want vitality? Take healthy action. Empowerment is active. Faith is active. Jesus said repeatedly to those who received healings, quote, your faith, not his faith, your faith has made you whole. The word used in the definition of faith implies movement towards. So Jesus was saying, your belief in healing and your movement towards me, towards God, towards wholeness has made you whole. Jesus often credited those who received miracles with the responsibility for making those miracles happen. And that's a lot of responsibility. Can you understand then why many people would rather just settle for somebody else's religion? The children of Israel, we've talked about this before, they got really mad at Moses. He goes up the mountain, he meets with God, they're out in the desert, comes down, his face is all glowing, everybody's happy. And first thing that happens is say, ooh, you're too bright and shiny, put a cloth over your face. First thing. And he says, I got great news. The divine wants to have a relationship, not just with me, with all of you, each and every one of you, individually. And you know what their response was? Yikes. That sounds really scary. That sounds like a lot of responsibility. Can't you just go back up the mountain and tell God to give us some rules to follow? And you know the rest of the story. Moses went back up the mountain, got some rules to follow. And that's how religions work. But the divine wanted something better for them. And the divine wants something better for you. The divine source of life and love wants to have a personal friendship, a friendship with you. Personal. Because that's how friendship works. Individual faith is movement towards. Movement towards. Religions can't provide that. You came here today to be around other people who are moving towards. But nobody can walk those steps but you. Only you can give yourself the benefits of a friendship with God. A faith that is strong and dependable and alive and based on your character, your decisions, your words, your actions. People talk a lot, but if you want to know who someone is, you observe their what? What do you?
Actions.
Action. Their behavior, right. So if we want something like a closer friendship with the divine, what are our actions saying? Are we just going to talk about God? Are we going to listen to God? The first is a starting place. Religion is a starting place. The second is a genuine personal friendship. Okay. So are you ready for a little story time with Auntie Eileen?
Sure.
No. Right? This is Buddy. He was given to us maybe 3 years ago. And he was a tiny little seedling with 2 leaves on him. The man who gifted him to us wanted to grow golden chain trees from seed. And they all died. All but Buddy. Over time, he grew 2 more leaves. And then all his leaves fell off. I and Jay reasoned that he was a deciduous tree. So maybe letting go is part of the growth process. So there was Buddy. Rather than relegate him to the garbage or the garage, we kept him in our living space and we cheered him on. We talked to him and he looked bad. He looked, I can't believe you have a dead plant in your living room, kind of bad. He looked, this is really horrible feng shui, kind of bad. That was Buddy on May 19th. If you look closely, you can see there's 2 little leaves trying to come out the top. This is Buddy June 7th. And again. This was Buddy yesterday.
Buddy's doing good.
Buddy's doing great. Buddha said, on a long journey of human life, faith is the best of companions. It is the best refreshment on the journey, and it is the greatest property. This is why we have faith. There's a little self-awareness exercise that I'd like you to do sometime in your free time. And that's to observe yourself for a day without any judgment. Be kind to yourself. But just notice your actions for a day and write them down. morning routine, watched Good Morning America, went for a walk, talked to Sue, whatever. Just write it all down, clean the kitchen. And then at the end of the day, go back and jot next to each of the things you did if they were moving you closer toward what you say you want. Faith is trust, it's confidence. But in order to build our faith in spirit, we have to build our faith in ourselves. We must repair our relationship with ourselves because guess what? We create God in our image. That's why people who are angry have a very angry God, and people who are afraid of any kind of questions have a God who can't handle questions. We make God in our own image. We can't help it. It's what humans do. So in order to trust God, you've got to build some trust in yourself. And that happens through our words and our actions, through our consistent words and our consistent actions. So take little steps towards source, towards peace, towards love, but make it easy on yourself. Don't plan your 40-day fast. Plan your 4-minute meditation and then do it. Make it easy. Take teeny, teeny, tiny steps if you want to, but take the step daily and watch your life change for the better. Little by little, you'll start to believe in yourself. Little by little. And once you believe in you, then you'll find it much easier to believe in the divine. Much easier. So pick an action, any action, towards what you want. Start really small. Ensure your success. Remember, this is a trust-building exercise, so make it easy. Start tiny, but start today. Meditating for 2 minutes is better than not meditating at all. Going for a short walk today is better than planning a 4-hour hike. Start small. 1 sun salutation, 1 phone call, 1 minute with your hand on your heart. By the way, I've been admonishing you to do this all the time ever since you met me. And I saw a whole scientific paper about it and why it works, and got very excited, but I won't bore you with that. 1 smile at a stranger. Read 1 sentence of inspiration. Write 1 sentence in your journal. Plant 2 wildflower seeds. Waltz 3 steps across your kitchen. And then work on consistency. Consistent daily movement towards what you say you want. What do you want more of in your life? You have a writing implement and some paper. Write it down. Right now. What do you want more of in your life? I'll wait. Do, 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 do. Write 2 or 3 things down. What do you want more of in your life? Just a word. You don't have to write sentences. More vitality, more peace, more joy, more fun. What do you want more of in your life? And then write it down again tomorrow. Speak it. Sing it. Just do it. I was laughing when you had that song on. You said there was rap, and I was thinking about Esther Hicks' story, where she had a young black man who was a rapper at her house, and he said, "What do you do?" And she goes, "I teach." And he said, "What do you teach?" And she's an old white lady with gray hair, and she said, "I teach rap." Just do it. Take 1 step, take another step, and then, this is the cool part. You know these stories. You've seen these people. Somebody's lying in a hospital bed, and they're pronounced paralyzed or whatever dire, horrible thing. And they start to wiggle their toes, because that's what they can do. And then they wiggle their toes some more. And then suddenly they can wiggle their ankle. Take a tiny step. Do what you can do. And then you guys, you're going to just be amazed. Just like, holy crap. And I mean that in the most reverent sense of when you step towards the divine takes 1,000 steps towards you. You take a little baby step, and the divine comes running out to meet you. Oh, take the steps and do it consistently. And then just be amazed at what happens. We're instructed again in the Bible to not be like the programming, the patterns of the world that we were born into, but to be transformed by renewing our minds, transformed by the renewing of your minds. Allow yourself to think in different ways. Allow yourself to act in different ways. Don't do what you've always done. Don't live on autopilot. Don't do what other people do. You can already see that sucks. Do the new thing that your heart is telling you to do. You're here on this planet to help build a new and better world. You know that. You're here to help build a new and better you. You know that too. You don't need to take a giant leap of faith. I've done it several times. It's cool, but it's also a nail biter. One step, and then the next, and then the next. Take a step towards what you say you want. That's faith. That's the stuff that dreams are made of. That's the stuff that your dreams are made of. And it's yours. It's yours. It's a gift. And it's free. But only for a limited time. No. Angels are standing by. No, I'm kidding. It's not for a limited time. But angels are standing by. Right now. Right here. Faith is consistent, expectant movement towards. Fear is bullshit in your mind that says, oh, it's not making any difference. I'm not even going to bother. So what's the most important thing you want to move towards today? Look at the list you made and circle one thing that's the most important to get the most bang from your buck for. And again, without any consultation with Miss Linda, I made the perfect candle for today to fit with your musical. We have make sure put it on the way back. Okay, so at the top of the page, there's a blank. I am consistently moving towards. And fill that in. Did Butch get one in the back row? Okay. I am consistently moving towards. Write one word. I'm consistently moving towards. Peace, love, joy, God, health, wellness, happiness, fun, fulfillment. Just write one word down. And then, in the left-hand column, there's a place to put a checklist. So let's say you want to have a better relationship with the divine. And you want to have a daily meditation practice, and you've been really irregular with your meditation. So today, starting now, today, you're going to meditate for 1 minute. 1,440 minutes in a day. You can take one, just one, and meditate. And then you're going to do that until the 15th. At which point you're going, this meditation is way too short. And you add another minute. And then on the 22nd, you're going to add another minute. You're going to go, look at me. I consistently meditate every day. If you want to add more time towards the end of the month, go ahead. But I would rather that you meditate for 3 minutes a day every day than you set some goal for yourself that you feel you don't have the time or the patience or whatever to achieve. So whatever it is, 1 minute and then 2 minutes and then 3 minutes until 28 days from now. And we meet back here and you bring your little piece of paper like the A student you are and ask for a gold star on your collar because you checked off every single day. I'm going to read one sentence of inspiration every day. One sentence. You can do that. Okay? So that's a challenge. And yes, there is homework. Because faith is what? Personal. Next slide. May 19th. June 10th. I didn't even count how many days that is, but that's less than a month. You look like this all winter, yes. A couple of sprightly leaves. Brown on the edge. And they fell off one by one, and I cut the last one off because it was just too sad to look at. May 19th. June 10th. Not even a month. Look what Buddy did. Imagine where you're going to be in a month. Imagine the confidence you're going to have in yourself. That I said I was going to do it, and I did it. Because it was 1 minute of your life. You can do this. 1 minute. Okay? So, I want you to take your little paper and hold it to your heart and cross anything that's crossed. Show the lights. This big light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Okay. So take a deep breath in. Thank you, angels, for being here. Thank you, love, for surrounding us. Thank you, me, for listening. Thank you, all of you collectively gathered here, for moving forward and helping create a better you and a better world. Great Spirit, giver of life, embodiment of love, I make this commitment today to myself and to you to move towards. And I ask you to help me to live in the present moment and keep moving forward. Starting here, starting now. I'm building trust with myself. I'm building trust with you. Thank you for the gift. And now just put your paper down. Breathe. Neither close your eyes or look at Buddy. Hold your hand on your heart and allow the grace, the tremendous affection, wonderful strength and encouragement that's here in this room today. Your support team, your unseen support staff cheering you on. Allow yourself to feel that. It is no small thing to have an incarnation. You were very brave to come here. And you didn't come here alone, and you haven't been abandoned. You've got a support team. Allow yourself to feel the love that surrounds you. Breathe it in. Sounds of power. There is power behind your intentions. And if you're human and you screw up, just do it twice the next day. Keep checking those boxes. You get to have more of what you want. But you don't get it by sitting on your butt and blaming other people or the government or whoever. You get it by visualizing it, by speaking it, by singing it, by doing it, by moving towards. Moving towards. Trillions of cells are dancing in your body and continually renewing, turning over, becoming new. Allow yourself to become new, stronger, more sure. Deep breath in and open your eyes. I want to remind you about the Monday morning wholeness wave. Easy thing to do from the comfort of your own home. Join in, tune in, receive, and send love. You can do that. Simple, easy. Again, the divine is not asking you to dive off a cliff without a parachute. One little step, and then another. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen.